Alright, welcome to the stream. This should be episode 33. 38. God damn it. Off to a great start. It's episode 38 as far as I'm aware of our Hobo to Hero playthrough. So, yeah, no retakes on that. And we will play Kuching today. I don't know if we will do any much more, but the plan is to play the match versus Kuching at home. Now, in case you're not aware, Kuching is, I guess it's one of the bigger cities in Sarawak. And as you probably can tell by the name, we are from Sarawak. So Sarawak United as well as Sarawak are fierce rivals of Kuching. Or, seen from a different perspective, well, it's still fierce rivals from our perspective. So this is a grudge match. Also, this is one of the only matches that will involve a ton of players that are, formally speaking, players of Kuching. Not him, though. Jeffrey, maybe? He's from Kelantan. Gotta be kidding me. Usually we end up with a bunch of players that are from Kuching, but it seems like for this season it's a little bit different. That said, people like Mazrin, I think, are former Kuching players. Yeah, we loaned him from Kuching. He had good performances, and then we brought him in. And there should be a few more, like Baru, maybe. Yeah, okay. At least I have that correctly at the top of my head. So, that's... stakes are high. That's for sure. Just from the perspective of the supporters alone. But also, looking at the league, that's only a 4-point gap. So either they come very close, or we get away from them. And the entirety of the relegation is crap. For now, at least. So obviously this is a must-win, I would argue. It won't be easy, though. Kuching are the bigger club, as far as I'm aware. Let's see. Founded in 2015, for some reason. They have the smaller stadium, though. We have a 40k odds either, so I don't know. We'll play at ours anyway. Okay, so that's what'll happen. So maybe let's have a look at the squad immediately, at their tactics. So they play a 4-4-2, cautious it says here. We did not have a scouting report just yet, but I expect the usual amount of fast-paced players. Also seems like they are reasonably well defended. Good evening to you, too. You still didn't post a picture of the player you transferred, by the way, on the Discord. I've been waiting for that, whilst I was wasting time watching episode 75 of Critical Role. That was, yeah, that took me a bit. It was great, though. So I got hooked and forgot about time. Sorry, that's why the stream is so late. I wanted to start it like half an hour ago. Okay, I wasn't aware that Lee Choi Hin is also unhappy with the amount of game time he got. That said, maybe we can just set him to the bench more often than not. I don't know, that or he will leave. We'll see. So, how's it going for you, Didgeridoo? You did play Football Manager for at least a few hours, right? Oh, you have a very different skin, I see. I thought about attributes and stuff. Yeah, maybe personality. So, you know, what is it? Or that is Zachariah here. This stuff. This up here. This is what's interesting to me. Personality, media handling, and a bunch of attributes. Maybe the age. The face and the rating by your stuff is interesting, but not the information I was looking for. Hi, welcome to the stream.
Hey, yet another member for the fan club.
Are you quite sure it's not a self-help group?
Thank you very much for that one. Yeah, that looks like a fine player. I'll have a look at it in detail later, the jury do. Otherwise, I will waste 15 minutes on stream analyzing if this is a good transfer. Driven. We'll see. Yes, I'm okay. Thank you very much. How about you? And also, what brings you to the stream? And please tell me it's not digital artwork. That or, you know, merchandising. No, it's not merchandising. What's it called? Marketing. Sorry. it's either digital art or marketing usually. So, what brought you here? I see. Okay. Well, in that case, I hope you make some money on him. All right. So we do not really know anything about Kuching just yet. Did we talk to the players about the last match? I might have done that. I didn't do it. Okay. So that might have an impact on morale. Morale isn't perfect on anyone, well, with the exception of Nazarudin, because he scored 2 goals. So I guess we can wait 2 days and have to talk then. Let's have a look at the calendar. Mr. Krelander says this is all set up with the exception of, well, whatever's happening here. Is there a cup match here or something? There's an actual break. You gotta be kidding me. Okay. So there will be a break in the week that ends at the 25th of May. So I guess we do overall training with no match, but given the fact that sharpness is not top notch, wow, I'm honored. I wasn't aware that this is an international game though. Ivory Coast versus Guinea-Bissau. Probably butchered the name. Well, I rarely watch international matches, so to be honest, I kind of was aware that there's something happening. Oh, thank you. Well, I'm not sure. Guinea-Bissau might be French. I don't know. Well, you know, the pronunciation might be French. Obviously, here it is. Portuguese, never mind. It was way off. Well, we won't find out today. This my Portuguese pronunciation is inexistent. I know how to pronounce one player at this point, Roger Cesar, and that's about it. So that was probably bad too. Alright. Ankun's a bit hurt. He'll be out for 2 to 4 days, but that might be a thing. Him recovering for next match. I think those that are in really poor condition, which is basically elbow chuck still, we will give him a time off. Where the hell is it? Where's training? Gotta be confused. Hi. Here it is. No. Oh, he's rested already? Yeah, he's been rested for a day. Somebody did that. So, it might have been me, I don't know. Maybe he's automatically rested for a day. Which is good. I'm okay with that. Also, given that there will be a break at some point here, we will include a friendly here, won't we? I think that makes sense. For the players that rarely play. Close enough not to be cumbersome. In case one of the first team members needs to play and get some sharpness. But far enough away to recover, for sure. That said, we can't do a friendly here for whatever reason. I guess we will play Sarawak again on Saturday. Why not? Sure, let's do that. 2k here, 2k there. Won't help much, but that's a deal. Also, Kuching apparently renegotiated the contract. So, what do? They will be tough to beat, thank you. Just as everyone else in the league. Okay. Counter-attacking style. Cautious, it said. Do we know about... Oh no. Well, this is all great and all, but this is not what I'm looking for. I was looking for this menu. They create poor chances from set pieces. And they win a low proportion from first contact from set pieces in their own box at the near post. Oh! Well, but why? This is a good player. What happened? Like, I would sign this guy. Sure, he's 29, but this is fine, isn't it? For this level of play? That would be okay. Okay, the decision making is a bit low. Okay. He's not much worse. 31 Japanese. No problems there. So... This guy has 2 jumping. Jimmy Raymond. He's not much better. I'm trying to find out why they do not win heading duels at the near post. It might just be that the rest of the squad is really... It's not tiny. Well, not tall, whatever. Maybe it is tiny after all. Yeah. So I found one player with 9 points of jumping reach in the first 11 here, in the expected first 11, which means we have 3 players overall in the squad that have decent jumping reach. That in turn means Elbok Chuckstel as well as our 2 central defenders should be able to cope with that. Somewhat. And for the rest of them, well, either we bring on additional tall players if we want to dominate set pieces, or we just leave it as it is because we do not have that many tall players anyway. Or do we? Well, in theory, we might find the odd player here and there, maybe. Is Ishak a bit tall? Somebody was. He's 1m84, yeah. I don't know yet. But I still think we have a chance beating them. We'll need to wait and see if we do. Is there anything about the tactic that needs to change? Not really. I think we'll do the same next time as last time out. It did win us 3 points. So I expect KL Rovers to be the superior team in comparison to Kuching, given the placement in the table too. So, assuming that is correct, we should be fine with the last match's approach, right? So let's do that. So, high block, still defensive football because we're the everlasting underdog and then hope for the best. That's what we're going for. Sarawak United FC. I didn't pick this team, they picked me off the street. So, I say it with that emphasis because there's also just Sarawak as a club, at least in Football Manager. And the story is this weird sort of merger, not merger, this weird sort of management buyout story. So I think Mies informed me about it at some point. I think this club, the one called Sarawak, got relegated. Then they bought another club, renamed it to Sarawak United FC. So this is why Sarawak United FC has been founded in 2020. And they still played in Liga M3. Something like that. But then the original Sarawak didn't have enough money to register players for their league or something. So now this is the new Sarawak club, and also there's this sort of rivalry / affiliation thing going on, at least according to Football Manager. It's probably more complicated in real life, and I probably, misrepeated some of that. But that's the gist that I got. For more details, please ask Mies, he's the historian. Yes, I have a 40k capacity stadium, but don't you worry. There's, for home matches right now, there's approximately 400 people in there. Can't we have a look? I should see. That's if you talk about Mies, he comes over. That's just the way it works. Happy to have you here, by the way, both of you. Yeah. If I did something wrong, Mies, feel free to correct me. You look that up. So yeah, there's no spectators in the stadium whatsoever. There's barely any supporters. I think we can find this on the club version. Hopefully I will not hit the menu that crashes the game. So everybody seems to be happy with our performance in the league so far. The rivals are Kuching and Sabah, with the exception of, the other Sarawak club. And there's 2.1k followers on social media, and 104 supporters have a season ticket. You're not happy that I do not remember the whole history of Sarawak United FC since 2020 by heart? Well, I don't know. They pay me for coaching the team. In fact, they do not pay me at all, come to think of it. Not really. So, this is based on the global supporter base in 2025. Fantastic. Global. Here it says. This was last match's home attendance, 234. But this was KL Rovers, and the away attendance was 1. So, yeah, forget about it. There's no supporters whatsoever. I think, where's the damn reputation thing? I think if we look at Malaysia clubs list, there's the reputation rating. This thing. So, we moved up quite a bit. We are in 1-star territory now. But we were rock bottom here. And, well, as you can see, there's a bunch of Malaysian Liga M3 clubs that still have higher reputation than us. So, as a result, we have a hard time signing players, and we have a hard time bringing in supporters to the stadium. At least that's my explanation. What did I sabotage, Mies? Oh, Discord. With the picture stuff. Yeah. That's on me, probably. Thanks. We have this sort of thing going on, Mies and me. We can't send each other pictures anymore. Apparently we do that too much. I don't know what's going on there. I honestly have no idea. So yeah, that makes exchanging pictures of football players or performances really hard. In case you're wondering. No, holy shit, no. It has nothing to do with you. It's all fine. I was joking. There's some sort of bug going on. I have no idea what exactly. It's all fine. Well, I will definitely follow through with that. There is this... Well, let me just not tell you what I drink. Cheers. let's just say it's water in there. Chong-Ai King is injured. That is bad, but not really a big concern. We'll leave that to the physio. In that case, Mies, feel free to grab a cup of whatever, cup of tea, bottle of water, a pitcher of water. No need to spend it for bottled water. Well, other than if you want to. I want to go back to the scouting report. I don't think I looked into this. Did I miss that? We should probably have a look at these players too. So he's a 23-year-old, that is too expensive, I cannot afford this. And Serhii Kurnikov, that looks like prime signing material. The problem is he's not interested in a permanent transfer. But as a loanee, yeah, sure. I drink tap water. 2 to 3 liters a day is probably, yeah. That's along the lines of what I drink. I also have an unhealthy habit. Where the hell did I put it? Apparently I forgot my unhealthy habit in the kitchen. I did drink bottled water for most of my life. So, I don't know. I spent way too much time carrying around bottled water for no reason whatsoever. And these days, whilst I still enjoy water with, do they call this a sparkle? No, with gas in it, whatever, carbonated water, Beartooth. It's an old band shirt. So nothing exciting other than if you like poppy, I don't know what is it. I'll link it. Give me a second. The Schwäbische Schorle. I'm not sure if I know that. Don't think so. That makes me a bad Swabian by birth. Here you go, this is Beartooth. Oh, this is German. Never mind. We should probably go with that. Sorry, man. Can I remove a message in here? My own? Well, you can, yeah. You can just have a look at the second link. Doesn't make much sense. But that's what happens in browser if Google realizes you are in Germany. What Schwäbische Schorle? I should know that probably. Also, to answer the question definitively, I do drink 2 or 3 liters of water too each day. I do very much enjoy it if there's some gas in it, but I'm way too lazy to carry it around these days, and I do not want to buy one of these things that carbonates your water at home, because, well, shit is fucking expensive and no good for the environment. At least that's my perspective so far. So yeah. I do carry around Coke Light or Coke Zero these days, though. And that's probably a really unhealthy habit. Then again, well, it's still better than pouring a ton of sugar into your stomach all day. So I guess that's a positive. Not saying it is healthy. Like, if you ask a doctor, they usually go, drink tap water. Fuck everything else. Without the fuck. But drink tap water. And tap water is probably the best. Also, it saves a lot of money. So, yeah. In case you never did that, just do the calculations once. And then maybe have a look at the cost of opportunity. Not only from monetary perspective, but also from time perspective, because all of that time can be used to play Football Manager. Or whatever you like to do with it. So, that's an additional bonus. For me. I don't know. Opposition report, they will be tough to beat. Overall match momentum was on Kuala Lumpur's side, so we're okay with that, and they had a draw. I don't care. A draw is fine. Draw would be okay. in fact, let's have a look at their form. They had a draw, 2 losses, a draw, and a win against Kelantan. Kelantan. I don't know why I always pronounce this Kelantan. There's clearly an N in there. Probably because I don't know anything. The tap water. Is it? But you're not in France just yet, man. It's not like there's lead all over the pipes, is it? That's probably unfair to the French. But, you know, it was a big problem in France at some point. Well, why? Does it taste like shit, or is it a more serious problem? Okay. Well, that's bad. What do you do to make a cup of tea? Is it enjoyable after you put a tea bag in it? Or whatever taste you want. So maybe you want to do that. Make a few liters of it. After boiling, well, okay, so, shit. So you gotta boil it. Well, I can't really judge. It sounds like big city problems, but then again, what do I know? I see. But, I taste this, I cannot speak for you, but from my perspective, I adapted to it. Like, I didn't like it either, but then I just got used to it. It's some sort of a habit. And if you look at it and realize that your other habit costs you a few euros a day at worst, then you realize, okay, maybe it's worth it. But maybe that's just me. I don't know, everybody gotta make their own decisions, right? So he's in decline. He's 17 years old, and he's in decline. This is perfect. This is exactly what I expect from a casual player. So, yeah. I should offer him a professional contract. Fuck no. Definitely not. Modaris is good enough to be a backup, but I don't care. He'll be gone. We need a backup for the goalkeeper in the future. Modaris will retire anyway, so then again we bring one in, don't we? A backup. Yeah, we do. Yeah. That's true. You are completely correct. But in the case of a casual player, he must have professionalism, I don't know, 1 to 5, and ambition 1 to 5 or something. He's shit. Like, even if he has all the potential in the world, he will never get there. Not with that personality. I should probably have a look at this. So, attacking free kicks and defending free kicks, it says. Why don't we do corners? Are you confused, Confucius? What's happening? Is there anything related to free kicks in here? No, there isn't. So why do we do it this way? By the way, let me know about the sound. There might be a little bit of an echo going on right now. I didn't install the soundproofing material just yet. Yes, it is. But the problem is they're good counter-attacking, it seems. If I understand it correctly. No echo. Okay. Yeah, still, I'll just show you. Are you interested in that? You two might be. I'll just show you. Give me a second. So, this is perfect. It has nothing to do with Football Manager. Let's do it like this. I bought this stuff. As you can see, it's really high quality. Because, you know, it was fucking cheap. And you can also see that on some of these things. This is not exactly good, right? Still, I think it might do. So I will tape that to the wall somehow. But I didn't do it yet. I will do that at some point, and then it will show up there. Yeah, that's a thing. And hopefully that reduces the echo a little bit, and also, well, yeah, that's for sound. it always escapes me how you call that, but whatever. Also, Twitch wants me to do an ad, so we will do that now. BRB. Great. Thank you very much for emphasizing that the grass is artificial. I mean, I guess in Norway, office space might also be. I don't know. You are not New Zealanders. You don't dig holes into the ground and make it an office space. You're not hobbits. There's giants around Scandinavia. So yeah, wrong region for that comment. Still, thank you very much for emphasizing. It does sound interesting though, to pick grass. Also, this is my unhealthy habit. I do not have an unhealthy hobbit. So what do we do with them? Agility is a big strength of them. They have high natural fitness, so we probably won't hurt anyone. Close to halftime, they score a lot, and the best player from them is Pedro Henrique. Well, yeah. So this, on the other hand, if he's in good form, that means we just gotta keep him away from goal. Look at that. 5 points of pace. Like, he has a great off-the-ball movement and stuff, but we should be able to outrun him most of the time. That is weird. Actually, that is part of the reason why I want to set this up. Like, I bought 12 of these, so that's not really much, right? These are 30 by 30 centimeters. No idea what it is in freedom units, but there's no freedom unit people around just yet. In case Charonellet watches this later, sorry, man. I have no idea. But they're small, so I want to start it and see if it works. And in case it works, I will buy a bunch more of these. It's hard to deal with that stuff if you never did it. And well, no. Well, so I tend to be very no. In fact, it's more screaming children. So I would probably benefit from it too. But for that, I need to do it to the ceiling. Then again, not sure if it helps. Okay, apparently he doesn't want to leave anymore. Well, doesn't matter much. There's no complaints from the neighbors, but there is the remainder of the apartment here. And as you can probably imagine, other people in this apartment do not appreciate if I scream at the top of my lungs. So even though the neighbors might not hear it, the other people in this apartment might not like it. Me talking all day. So from that perspective, I think it makes sense to try to dampen it. Yeah. But that might include areas not... Well, I don't know. I'm not a sound guy. Come to think of it, I know somebody that works with sound. I've not talked to her for 10 or 15 years, though. Former gaming friend of mine. That, well, I can probably... anonymously, I can probably recount that story. Former raid party member of me playing World of Warcraft. She is famously known for falling off her chair whilst gaming, for laughing too hard during raids with me. So or us with my raid group. So I guess I still treasure that memory very fondly, as you can tell. And she worked at something in sound. Last I had a talk with her, but that must have been 10 or 15 years ago. So maybe ask her. That's a good idea. She'll be like, "Who the hell are you?" I think we have World of Warcraft servers in German, but it's like I stopped playing World of Warcraft also. When did I stop playing World of Warcraft? At the end of Wrath of the Lich King. So I didn't play any... What was the add-on afterwards? The one with the dragon? Cataclysm. I didn't play Cataclysm anymore. I was like, everything's too easy now, and I'm not gonna do that. Yeah. I did raid a bunch in Wrath of the Lich King though. We basically did everything that a 10-man raid can do. And, well, 10-man parties were... I would argue the small party raids were always the harder ones in comparison to the 25-man parties. Because you had the worse equipment. And if somebody died, it actually mattered. In 25-man parties, you had a chance to resurrect them. In 10-man raids, it's done. So, yeah. But I like doing that a lot. Did that for a few years. Then again, I probably might have gotten to the end of my education a bit earlier if I didn't do that. Yeah, that's true. But also there was this whole bunch going on, a whole bunch of stuff with Dungeon Finder and so on and so forth. Not to have raid parties in well, like guild specific and so on anymore. So people organized in websites. So it was the good old days, but I can certainly see why they wanted to change that. On the other hand, I don't think it had the effects that it should have had. Because the quality of the people you needed to do dungeons with was also... It was a coin toss. It wasn't great. And I don't know where World of Warcraft went from there. I abandoned it and piled a bit of time in League of Legends, and afterwards I think it was EVE Online, and I hold that memory very fondly too. EVE is great. I just have a job. I can't have a second. Well, actually, I can't have a third, in case Twitch counts. But I love EVE. EVE is fantastic. If I did not have to work, I would probably play EVE. Still. I really like it. Okay, so we played today. I skipped forward whilst talking. I guess we need to talk to the players now about last match. It's, I would argue everybody that that is remotely interested in economics or in psychology, which might sound like a weird combination at first glance, but it's intertwined. Or also in, I don't know, in politics maybe, to a degree. Everybody should play half a year of EVE. It's not about spaceships in the end, EVE Online. Like, you can play that because you like spaceships, but that's like saying you play Football Manager for the football. That's okay, but Football Manager has to do with football, obviously, but there's a bunch of stuff here that is only related to football because it makes an appearance in the real world in football. It's not about the game itself, if that makes sense. All the management stuff. So, yeah. EVE is a lot about risk, money, I don't know, appropriateness of tools. Also, to a degree, like puzzling. That makes sense. There's party competition, not competition, well, competition too, but composition stuff in there too. How to tactically how to react tactically correct to certain aspects of the game. And well, one thing that I want to bring up about EVE will bring out the adrenaline in you if you never played it, because EVE has the psychological profile in combat in EVE Online is like there's 2 hours of nothing and then you have 30 seconds spike of every hormone the body has available to you. You cannot find that anywhere else. That's, I think it was compared to house combat at some point, after they measured it, because you basically sit around nervous all the time, and then shit hits the fan, and you gotta do your job in that situation. But you don't lose everything. This is where the economics kicks in. You lose what you're willing to bet. It's your job to determine what you can afford to lose. So in EVE they say, do not risk what you cannot afford to lose. And as a result, you grow as a person. Because there's the best skills in EVE Online that you learn are not the ones that are in the learning queue in-game. The best skills in EVE Online that you learn are the ones that you learn for real life. So from that perspective, sure, you are somewhat handicapped if your skill profile in EVE Online is not that high yet. If the amount of skill points is not that high yet, and you get those from subscription or from buying them, but basically from subscribing, and just through time. You do not have to do anything for that. But you learn about I don't know, how to trade, how to be efficient in a ton of tasks, what can be considered somewhat borderline passive income, for example, to replace ships, I don't know, and you specialize on top of all of that. So there's a bunch of different things in EVE Online that you can do, and none of it is something that appears at first glance, once you fire up the game the first time. But you learn all of that shit, and it does help you in real life. Travian is a browser game, isn't it? I'm aware that it exists, but not much now. But there might be similar. I think I'm aware of how it works, like Borderline. I think a few friends of mine played that at some point. But Travian has this alliances and winner takes all principle, doesn't it? EVE is too big for that, if that makes sense. Yeah. But I would encourage everyone to play EVE at some point. I really do. We had a wormhole cooperation in EVE Online, which is basically I don't know. That's a borderline insanity, freakish way to play EVE. I think wormholers are just, they are their own, because in wormhole space you cannot bring mass. You bring quality. So as a result, you have all the bling, and stakes are high all the time. On the other hand, income is pretty good, because, well, there's a bunch of barriers to playing the game in the way other people would do it. I'm back at this menu. I should probably talk to the players whilst talking myself, right? Okay, so he had one save. For some reason, nothing counted as a mistake. I want to have a look at something. And this came to me like this afternoon, whilst not playing the game. Let's have a look at the Liga Super Malaysia. And let's have a look at this. Where is it? League table, expected goals table. There we go. I want to have a look at that. So our expected goals is 14.6. We scored exactly as much as we should have. This is what this says? Yes. Expected goals against 12.8. So we conceded 3 more than we should have. Is that correct? And then expected points is 14.8, so we should have 1 point less, but the position would be similar. I want to find out if the goalkeeper is really that bad. He saves 56% of chances. Can we find out about other players in the league? Other goalkeepers? Player detailed maybe on goalkeeping? There's something like this. Goalkeeping. Saves held, save parried, conceded. I guess expected goals prevented is good. Yeah. And as you can see, he's number 10. So he underperforms. That is concerning, but like this is what I expected. We knew that, right? So now we gotta find out why. Yeah. He's 38. Might have to do with the tactic of the team, though. They play a cautious 4-4-2. They are not that last in the league. They did concede a ton, though. When? That might have to do with the 0-6 against Penang. It's not all of it, but that might have to do with that. We lost to them, by the way. Wow. Well, I don't know. But minus 15 is wild, you are correct. Maybe, I don't know, there is an option here. This is the goalkeeper, yeah. So, was he injured, by the way, in this match, maybe? No. I thought maybe he got injured or something. That would have been a good explanation for that. But, no. I don't know. Nothing in here. He might have gotten a knock or something. Okay, so, I don't really know what to do about his bad stats. It might be low quality, it might be bad personality, I don't know. That said, as long as we play him, he's 28. So he has 10 years in him. He is considered to be a consistent performer and he likes big matches. My biggest concern with him is probably the rest of his personality. That will not change anymore though. So as a future backup, that makes sense. I still want to keep him. And for now, for this season, he needs to play. So long term, I'm not happy with this, but let's see. It might also have to do with adaptability. Like, maybe he just has adaptability 1, and he will turn out to be a great goalkeeper in 1.5 seasons. But what do I know? Alright, enough talking. So, I think we criticized his form a lot. Can't really do much here. Training and development were shitty again. I think we criticized the development, I rarely do that. Okay. He doesn't like that. Shall we criticize his last game? Did we have a draw or did we have a win? We had a win. I still think he should have done better. Okay. Seems like I criticize him too much and he doesn't like that at all. Yeah, I won't touch the rest. Badrul Hisham had a 6.6 rating last game. 4 out of 4 tackles though. We can praise that. That's an easy one. What about the rest? His heading was good. I don't know why that is. Didn't create any chances though. That is part of his job. Have a look at him too. So we play him as a wingback on defend. That includes instruction to cross from deep. It's kind of an absurdity, I think, that it rarely happens that he manages to find Elbuk Chucksdale. But I had a look at Elbuk Chucksdale recently. I think we will find a solution for that. Or an explanation, not a solution. So I'll jump to him immediately, just to explain that. If you look at this, can you spot something that's concerning? Everybody's asleep already. Okay, yeah, that is a thing. But we use him as a striker. That's not that big of a deal. I thought of something else. And I actually, I saw that in-game last time. I realized that in-game in the match engine. And I had a look at it later on, today. I think today, maybe yesterday, or I don't know. Formally speaking, it might have been today. So, it's really easy though. His anticipation, his decision making are the worst attributes. His off-the-ball movement isn't great either. In match, he does have a ton of headers that go towards goal, but that are of poor quality, despite being able to win the duel with jumping reach. And that is probably due to bad off-the-ball movement. I would say bad positioning, but positioning seems to be a defensively, interpreted attribute here. His position on the pitch, though, is bad to pull off a good header. And as a result, he has a lot of poor quality headers, I think. So, his mentals are too bad to be really consistent with his goal scoring from headers, is what I'm going for. I do not know if we see this in other stats. I'm not sure. Are there headers here? No. No, it's a former semi-professional team. This is a professional team now. And everybody in the league is a professional team. That said, we have the money of half a semi-professional team. So, I got a message recently that told me about next season's wage budget, and let's just say it's double the one here. No, they are not, but they were some of them. So there's that. Where's heading? The headers won ratio in the league is 61%. That's not horrible, but that's not what I'm going for. I think I'm interested in the headers on target, but I can't seem to find it here. It might also have to do with the fact that, well, this club just doesn't have any money. So these might be players that work at the weekend or something. I don't know. Maybe realism doesn't go there. But Elbuk still, anyway. I think Elbuk still needs to improve his mentals. Like, the rest could do with an improvement too, but he needs to improve the mentals first and foremost. That's the major concern here. And that feels like a really weird thing to say because he's well-rounded overall. Can we see the... I don't know. He scored 10 goals now, didn't he? 9 goals. Scored 9 goals. So, he's okay. But he could be so much better in this league. If only he had a little bit better mental attributes. That will go up though, he's 25. So, no concerns there as long as he doesn't hurt himself. So we play for time basically with his development. His development stats overall are... Let me have a look at that. I don't think I had a look at that recently. Yeah, so his jumping reach went up, not much else. And he lost a bunch of attribute points in some other areas that are not really a major concern for me. So, I don't know. He might be at the end of his development, looking at that. Then again, he's from China. And he's brand new to the league. His adaptability might be horribly bad. We don't know. But if this is what he looks like, once he plays, when he's not adapted yet, then I want to see the guy once he knows how to speak Malay and how to actually adapt to the circumstances of the club. So I'm happy with this. Let's have a look at his last match, by the way. He had an assist and that's it. So that's fine though. He had an assist. Well, didn't create that many chances. We'll praise the passing here, I think. He didn't score. Okay, he didn't like that. Well, in that case, we'll praise the conduct and hopefully that sorts this. A little bit. Right. Maybe he's disappointed that he didn't score. Who knows? Host summary. Summary played 16 minutes last time, created one chance, had one shot. Not really impressive. I think we can criticize that. I'd rather play him than Chuchu though. Given that he's a low knee and he just returned from injury, he will need a few matches, sadly. 6.9 rating on average for now. I don't know where this is coming from. Well, probably he had... Yeah, he had one good performance. Nah, but that was a friendly against Mix. These two are real matches. DRM and Sabah. Well, what can you do? Training ratings shit, so we will tell him. There you go. Anything else? We will not praise the development and I will not criticize the conduct. Nazarudin scored twice last time. I don't know how he pulled that off, but this is fantastic. So obviously he will play. That said, I think he's inconsistent. Yeah, he's supposed to be very inconsistent. So if I had another Shadow Striker, I would probably play him now. Well, obviously we can play Jafar, but Ronaldo is not around, so I do not feel the pressure to play Jafar. Yeah, don't want to do that. Form 7.08, not fantastic. Development is... He doesn't play as an advanced playmaker, but that seems encouraging. A little bit at least. No. Yeah, off the ball movement and anticipation went up, which is as expected. This is what he put him on, right? He's put on something similar. Don't want to praise the training here. 7.25 is not that high. Baru's 6.4 is not good. I think we can agree on that. Passing was fine though, but he didn't create anything, so we will go with no chances created. And we will praise his passing. 14 out of 16 is fine, isn't it? There you go. That helps with the morale. So we can play him a second match. The alternative would be... Hammer. How's Hammer doing so far? Well, he did play, obviously. 7.05 is not good enough, though. I don't like that. No problems with injuries for now. No problems with injuries for him, neither. I don't know. Baru versus Hammer. One of the two was slow. Or was this on the left wing? So Baru is a 12-11. Hammer is a 12-12. No, it's very similar. That said, Hammer has really low anticipation. And he's 27, and he's a low knee. Whilst Baru is a former low knee of ours, former Kuching player, now our own player. And he's cheap. So I do not see a reason not to play him other than the potential that is not very high. Then again, my coaching staff doesn't know what they're talking about. Zakaria, the 8.3 rating in training can be praised, I think. Form 6.6 rating only last time. Didn't create any chances. I would argue his defensive performance was a bit lackluster. Look at that. No tackles won, no interceptions. What's going on with him? That's not an option though. So we'll go with no chances created for the strikers. Anything else here? Form is 6.86, that's not fantastic, but it's... Don't want to criticize that. We can praise the reason for him, don't want to do that either. Okay. Then there's Ankun. That's great training. And he had an assist. We will praise that too. Alright, he doesn't like that. Maybe go with conduct. Very happy with that. Mazrin, Jeffrey, and Fraxula are missing. I need to do another one of these breaks, so I will just slot that in here and continue doing the talks. That's good passing, isn't it? There you go. Jeffrey. So, I just realized Jeffrey trains really well. For no reason, I think. Says fairly determined here. He's media friendly. What mentoring group is he in? Jeffrey. With Carrier and Fakrula. Central defenders. I don't know. He does seem to train well. Oh, that's good. Fakrula's performance in the last match. 6.7 rating. His passing was fine. We'll go with that. Development is not great though. 6.74 overall for Fakrula is... I don't know. Jeffrey's on a 6.58 overall. That's even worse. On the other hand, that's well within margin of error in comparison to Carrier, and well, Safri didn't make a single appearance so far, for good reason. Okay. I'll skip through this once more. Praise those that have really good performance in training. Who's that? Bodril Hisham, I forgot him. RC. Lee McManamy. Rosty. Obviously we could start Rosty at some point. Yeah, we're in the 7.25 territory already. And Jafar, let's not talk to him. Okay, let's see. Any ideas for this match? So it says we should go defensive. Alright. So for next match only again, we go defensive here. This is very defensive, but apparently I misclicked. I misclicked the misclick. Okay. So what do we know about these guys? We know that they play a 4-4-2, and we know that the central defenders are actually good jumpers. Sadly. They do not seem that threatening for build-up play though. Trigger or press on Fukai, it says. Shuhai Fukai has very low composure. First touch is not great. Passing is low. So I think that makes sense to trigger the press on him. In particular, we will send Elbuk Chastel after him. He is off tackles, but we can put him on Fukai. I'm not sure how it works. So this is me basically split-balling. But I think the way it works is Elbuk Chastel focuses on marking him, but stays away from him just to trigger the press on him immediately once he receives the ball. This is how I understand that. He doesn't concentrate on Jan Victor that much. Which is the better player, and he has decent build-up play. But we assume that we will mark the rest maybe, so that his build-up play doesn't matter much. On the other hand, it's a 7-point passing, so I don't know. If I could, I would mark him out of the game, but that's unlikely to happen. But like the jumping reach and strength are good enough that he will probably just out-muscle whoever we send after him. So not gonna do that. I also want to look at their pace. This is 9 and 10, and this is a 12 and 12, so running past them will not happen. Do we still have floated crosses on here? No, we don't, and I don't want them on. I think it doesn't make sense. I'd rather mix it up here. Stanley. Fast guy, no good jumping. Positioning is 6. Marking is 6. Tackling is 7. This is lackluster. His crossing is dangerous. So this is their right defender. Going down the left. We should stand a chance. Plain summary. Going past him. Or not. Dribbling is really low, then again. I mean, I guess we could try to focus down their right and our left. What do we do to him? Any ideas? Obviously we can show him to the inside a little bit. I'm not sure if it's worth emphasizing though. His crossing is somewhat dangerous, his composure is pretty low. So maybe triggering the press on him once he gets to the ball. And well, he is fast enough, but his tackling, positioning and marking are low. If we compare that to summary, summaries of the ball movement is not great. I'm not sure what to say. Was Harsey? Harsey is better. Harsey is a bit slow though. What do you guys think? Then again, the overlap tactic only works playing Mazarin and an inverted winger. Harsey is not really fit to do that, right? Still, I think going down the left is probably a good idea in this match. Well, I do not know that much about football to be 100% sure about anything. That makes sense. The more I play this game, the more I realize that there's stuff that I do not have a definitive solution for. And maybe that's a charm of football. Football tactics. He has low one-on-ones, so we want to see him in one-on-one situations, or counter-attacking in general. He also has bad passing, so he can distribute the ball, say, to midfield situations, but it will probably be misplaced. As a result, we want him to do that. So short distribution needs to be discouraged, which means we will try to prevent it. So we will face a few long balls, which might go well with these two. With him at least. He, on the other hand, is somewhat slow. So maybe we can cope with that, but we'll see about that later. Alright, next. Raymond. Jimmy Raymond has very low dribbling. First touch and composure are... Tackling is fine. Physically, he's not a good jumper and he's very weak. This is a pushover. He also has low dribbling, low strength. Bravery is not great. That's at least a normal tackle to me. I think because they rarely play. That's the reality of it. And I cannot play them in the under 21s because they are not registered for it. So the sharpness will need to be dealt with in friendlies. And I think I set that up to... I do not set up enough friendlies for that stuff to happen. Also, a bunch of them are injured or returned from injury. Then there's also a clear first team at this point, more or less. It's not a definitive answer, but, you know, we are quite sure that Mod Jalil will probably play. We are quite sure that Jack Still will play. Baru, if he's available. Zakaria is not really debatable. Ankun isn't really debatable. Mazarin isn't. The two central defenders are pretty clear. Badrul Hisham is pretty clear. You can see where this is going. And, well, Nazaruddin returned from injury, but otherwise he would have played, probably. The other guy isn't great. Also, by the way, injured, if I'm not mistaken. Thought here. Well, he was injured. So, that's where this comes from, I think. There's notable exceptions, like McManamy, who does come on for Ankun sometimes. I do, yes, I do. So I guess the consequence from that from that notion is that I need to set up more friendlies or that I need to rotate. And given that rotation is unlikely to happen, the skill of the rest of the players is not that great, or I don't know, they didn't perform, or it might be a self-fulfilling prophecy though, from me not playing them. So maybe I need to set up more friendlies in general. So or that. But that comes at the detriment of injury risk. Like no. It comes at the detriment of backup capacity due to injury risk. That's what I'm going for. So I'm not sure if I want to do it that way. Also, we could have been in the cup competition, so this is also a symptom of that. And then there are a few players in here that do not really need to be in here. The non-contract guys, basically. And to be honest, I do not care much about their development either, so I don't know. Let's go back to this one. He's also not that good. Is he? From a physical point of view. Wow. I don't think I ever encountered a situation like this bad with the Hogdal's AK in Sweden. I don't know. This guy has good dribbling. He's a bit on the lowish side with the bravery and the strength. Off the ball movement's good. Well, in case you find it, well, you don't have to look for it, but in case you want to search for it and find it, feel free to put it in the Discord as always. Do we want to ease off tackles here? How much is this player fouled? Do we know that? Sure we do. We scouted him. He has 3 dribbles per game. Where is how much he gets fouled? Fouls against 22. Is this... So across all competitions, 24. How much is that per 90 minutes? Oh, here. 1.55 fouls per 90 minutes. I never look at this shit. Why don't I? This is important. Now we compare this to the other one. He has way lower dribbling. 1.18. So he encounters lower amounts of fouls, whilst the other one encounters higher amounts of fouls. I'm not so sure yet. What's with them? This is great. He probably gets fouled a lot too. Yeah. We gotta ease off tackles with him for sure. It says we should go in hard on him. What the hell? Well, I realize that this is a dangerous player, but that doesn't say that we want to foul him all the time. We do want to mark him out of the game if we can, though. Closing him down will not serve any purpose other than restricting his... I don't know. His time on the ball. Reducing his time on the ball, not restricting. And Norden again. Norden is probably bad. He barely draws any fouls whatsoever, so this is a case of going in hard, I think. Look at that. Dribbling's low, bravery's low, strength is inexistent. Off the ball movement's pretty bad, his passing is pretty good. We can try to mark him out of the game the hard way. And then there's the 2 strikers. Did any of you have a weak foot? A really weak one, that is. Doesn't look like it. Abdul Ghani. Low strength, good dribbling. Let's have a look. How many fouls does he... Fouls against is 1.2. That's average to me. Not really worth setting an instruction. And Pedro Henrique. He's a good dribbler. He's rather strong. Bravery is very low. We might be able to mark him tightly though. The other one, I don't think so. I'd rather not on both of them. I think we will rely on the positioning more than on the marking. Our marking is not bad. And we could probably mark him out of the game. But he's behind Ankun. So if we mark him tightly, Ankun is the one that pushes up more. So that means that, is it Fakrula behind him? Yeah. Fakrula behind him will mean to close him down due to the gap that is behind Ankun. That's just the way it works. So then we will have the gap in central defense. That's exactly what they're going for. So I will not mark him tightly. On the other side, there's a very different situation with the ball-winning midfielder. But marking him tightly doesn't serve much purpose, I think. Even if we win the duels, challenging his off-the-ball movement 13 and his good quickness with a tight mark, I'm not sure if that's a good idea. Weak feet? Nope. Okay, any other ideas? So let's have a look at their right wing again. We said we go down the left, so I want to have a look at their left wing, sorry. Jimmy Raymond. He has good tackling and positioning is okay. He's a pushover though. Who's on our right? Baru. Baru is also a pushover. So that's a fair duel. I don't like fair duels. Haushammer. He's also a pushover. Never mind. So we'll keep it at that. Is he faster? He is faster. 12-11. And Raymond though? 12-8. So an argument could be made that Baru is able to outpace him, but I don't think we need to focus on that. We'll go down the left, not down the right. That's fine. Any other ideas? Probably still cross towards target forward, that's okay. Okay, any of you got any ideas left? Otherwise we'll go to the match. Finally. This is how long it usually takes me to set up a match. Alright, let's go. It's not always that way. And usually if I do it that way, I tend to fiddle way too much. And we don't get the result. But this is a rivalry. We are at home. There's two players nervous, but nobody in the squad is nervous. Baru is motivated, yes, it is his former club. Zakaria is motivated because, well, he's loyal to us, I guess. I think we'll try this. I never used this option. Apparently this inspired some of the players. They might have some sense of loyalty or something. Okay, so what do we tell them individually? His performances overall weren't that fantastic yet. The question is he under pressure? He feels I criticize him too much, I know that much. We also know that he relishes big matches, and I think big matches is related to pressure, right? So we will tell him that this is a big match. I will try this. It might go horribly wrong. No reaction is a good reaction in this case, I think. Badrul Hisham. Badrul Hisham enjoys big matches to a degree. So his performances so far have been okay. This is a big match, so we will tell him. That motivated him. Great. Fakrula. Fakrula, again, enjoys big matches and he seems to be a consistent performer. His performances so far have been okay-ish. Same here. I'm not sure if I am. I thought about that with the shouting discussion, actually. So, it's your fault. Because individually speaking, I think we should have a look at that on an individual level from time to time. I need to get to know my players. There's no notion I do encourage all the time though, and I want to mix things up. I want to do it on an individual level. So, yeah, if it takes another minute or two, so be it. I want to find out how it works. If then, like, just by playing. And it might go wrong from time to time, but I'd want to find out by playing. I don't know. Do you have an approach on that, other than encouraging everyone? No, you didn't, Mies. Feel free to share. Are they for your new team, though? Right? So, we don't know much about Jeffrey, other than he's inconsistent. I don't know if he likes big matches. As a result, I think we will encourage him. He's pleased. Okay. Mazrin. Mazrin is consistent, but it says nothing about big matches. So, we'll just give him the confidence to go into this match and that's fine. Ankun. I should know at this point. Ankun likes big matches. He's also inspired already. So maybe we can turn this into a motivated and inspired. Oh, nothing. Oh, okay. No, I'm not sure how it works. It might be very one-dimensional in the end. Maybe this all just aggregates to morale. Like, it's a... Mathematically speaking, I think you call this a linear projection. All of the different... like... all of the stuff that factors into morale is just this mini-game of, treating the player in according to the circumstance, and then morale goes up. And if once morale is perfect, there's nothing you can do. So maybe that's how it works. That said, I am not sure. And I think as I keep it that way, that I'm not sure. With intent. Because otherwise it would be... yeah. I might be a bit wrong about the linear projection stuff, but you get what I'm saying, I guess. I don't know. Some math guy will probably come around and tell me that I have no idea about math. I know. Yeah, but don't know. We'll encourage him. He's a professional guy, so we might go a little bit hard on him with the increase in the pressure, but I don't want to do it. Baru enjoys big matches. This is a big match. Let's go. Alright. Nazarudin is called Ayubi Sola Hudinitsam Mut Nazarudin. Holy shit. No notion of big matches, so we'd rather encourage him. He did play well last time out. He's pleased. That's fine. Summary. Can we see this information here? No, we can't. Summary is very consistent and he hates big matches. So given that he hates big matches, I will do something really unpopular. I will try to ease the pressure on him. This is a big match, he doesn't like it. So let's try to see if I can relax him. This stuff makes sense! At least for now. Ebuk Chuck still. Fairly consistent performer, no notion of big matches. Box standard, encourage him and go for it. Now it only needs to translate. It only needs to translate into performance. Look at that! All green! I should do that more often. Also with the substitutes. Is this full? No. But the lower ranks have been... There are people in the lower ranks. What's going on? The new kids look... they look nice. Oh, I forgot about the ad break again. Sorry, need to do one. BRB. Can you read this? It's 7,418 people. Mies is completely correct. And as are you, didgeridoo. It's the same city. They all come in for this one match. This is probably the majority of the attendance that we will have throughout the entire season. Just calculate that through. We have like 400 people in our stadium usually. So 7.5k. That's worth as much as approximately 18 matches. That's basically as much money as the rest of the season nets. Well, way more, because we only need to open up the stadium once for this. We will just stop playing the rest. Wow. I think $1 or something. It's really low, as far as I'm aware. Our reputation is shit, the stadium isn't full. Of course it costs nothing. Well passed, and then he loses the ball, sadly. But that happens. And obviously, I will put into action what I learned last time. We will encourage everyone at the start of the match. Everybody's excited. That's one way to put it, yes. Also, this was a good chance for them. Far post header, of course. Who gets a yellow? No. Who gets a yellow? Is it Mazrin? Mazrin gets a yellow. Yes, it is. True. It's also their colors. There we go. Off to a great start. Yes, of course, back post. But what can I do? With Badrul Hisham, obviously we should avoid crosses. Yeah, I should stop crosses. This should be a default instruction. Still. Well, I can play a taller wide defender, obviously. The amount of possession is fine, 60-something%. Van Victor is the central defender that has good passing, isn't he? He just provided. What did I do? I didn't mark him tightly. Should be tight marked. Then again, there's nobody on the pitch to do that, so... Jeffrey's really tight on him, and then he just loses him. This is good off the ball movement. And this is really bad goalkeeping. Like, I don't know. He could have saved the ball or two sometimes. Probably tight offside. Yeah. Somewhat tight. Still. Good technique, by the way. Scoring that from that angle. Oh, I don't know what to do about it, though. And going down the left, The emphasis on the left didn't create any chances in 15 minutes, so I would rather take that off. Let's give him a bit of creativity here, if we can. Is it just me, or do they also play... don't know. Yeah, that happens though. There is some sort of creative element going on here. Well, I guess we can start a berating immediately. 2 goals down is not... This is not acceptable. So everybody gets berated. Maybe that helps a little bit, but... This is a really horrible start for us. I mean, I guess it's realistic. Sometimes this shit happens in real life too. People that never score with a long shot that is just outlandish. Jeffrey! First goal of the season. If this goes on like this will be a really interesting match to see. Okay. So I guess me scored. Cheers. Now we only need a bunch of additional goals. For us though, not for them. That was after a corner, by the way. Just putting it out there. And I didn't set up the specific corner training, because I forgot about it. So we practiced free kicks, for some reason. Oh, interesting. That ends up with Baru. Nice one. Nazarudin. Ah, great shot. That was a good one. Then again, it wasn't a good shot because it didn't end up in the back of the net. But apparently their goalkeeper does his job. Ours, not so much. Jeffrey controls the ball. Ooh, that was interesting. It's the same in Sweden, I think. I would need to ask Mikabillion again or look at the older streams. But there's the second half of the... Wow, elbow shot still. What the hell? Great play though. They look like they are in all kinds of trouble for now. I very much like that. What's going on with him? He's anxious. Why? He's aggressive. So, okay, he's aggressive. I will tell him to calm down because he's aggressive. I will encourage him because he just missed that shot. He is motivated. I will encourage him too. He's motivated. I will encourage him too. He's motivated, so I will encourage him too. Ankun is motivated. Yeah, this is basically everything. He's composed. I will just encourage him. He doesn't look aggressive or something. He's anxious. Anxious is fearful, right? So he's on a 7.1 rating and he's still anxious. So I will encourage him. No pressure doesn't go well, in my experience. And I think I agree with the video you posted on the Discord in that regard. No pressure is a niche talk. It's rarely useful. I have no idea when to use it. I realize that usually it should be that thing, but I think no pressure is in case they are nervous, like specifically nervous. That's not the same as anxious though. And I don't know. It's weird. He's composed, so let's encourage him. But we'll Hisham too. And he's Can you believe that? Our goalkeeper is focused. Yes, he conceded 2 goals, but he's focused. So I guess we encourage him. And now we will score a goal and all of this will go through the window. Nope, we don't. Lucky us. It didn't go through yet. Never mind. No break in play yet. Yeah, should have been. Nice ball. Nazarudin. Oh no. That was the wrong decision though. Cross. We'll have another corner. Well, let's have a look. What's the reaction? Samri is still aggressive. Jackstel is fired up. Everybody's fired up, it seems. Okay. Is there anyone that I did encourage? Basically everyone, didn't I? I'm not sure. I think so, but then there was no reaction. It might also be, let me just put that out there. Who's that Summary? Summary has 14 points of aggression, that's not that much. I don't know, I would need to look into the video again. You gotta be kidding me! What the hell are you doing? Is there any sort of particular instruction going on Saleh? Normal tackles. He's right-footed, he needs to be shown to the outside maybe, but... Holy fuck. That's a horrible game by Badrul Hisham. This cross cannot really be avoided. Look at that lack of a reaction. Sure, there could be a defensive header in central defense too. I guess this is what happens if you pick clubs that do not have the right to be in the league. Yeah, well, it's a perfect opportunity to do that, isn't it? Because the whole team just conceded yet another goal. We are 27 minutes in. We concede 1 goal per 10 minutes for now. Even more. Close him down. That's not closing him down. It does help on the keeper. Well, as long as you do it to the whole team. They are, well, I don't know, if fired up as a state, that is good for the keeper on the other hand. Well defended. And now Badrul Hisham will get the ball, so that'll be a waste. Or not. That's a decent pass. Come on, Baru. It's offside. You gotta be kidding me. I actually consider replacing Badrul Hisham with Ishak. Yep. Good save on Mod Jalil. Mazrin was ways away. Losing the ball like that in possession though, that is really, really concerning. I was going to say, well, maybe Jeffrey's good rating is just down to the 1 goal. But then again, I think his defensive performance is okay too. So far. Not much else though. Yeah. So, let's have a look at these two. Severai is the right one. He has 7 to 9 points of tackling, that's not horrible, but not great. He has 12. I don't know. That's probably not a reason to go through the middle yet. They seem to be able, for the most part, in the middle of the pitch. We have 59% possession. We just don't do anything with it. Another cross, another far post header. This one's saved by Mod Jalil, who ran through the net. He knows how to phase through the net. I don't think so. It's not an even game. Like, I see where you are going, but this is no good. I am not a big fan of giving away that many chances, and that high quality chances, and I'm not sure how to shut it down. We need to shut that down prior to going for an additional goal or something. I don't know what's happening. They are not much faster than us either. It's just our defending is really, really bad. In particular on this Saleh person. But also on the other wing. But Jalil doesn't know how to... Yeah, his command of area is 6. I think that is part of it. So... Otherwise, maybe another goalkeeper would have come out and claimed the odd ball here and there. As a result, the far post thing isn't happening. Okay, it's something. What are you going to do, Baru? Please don't lose the ball. Thank you. Thank you very much. Is this offside? It is. It's offside though. Wow. That's about as tight as it gets though. Good play by Ankun. Wow. Was a good shot too. We will berate him and hope that it results in an effect after this corner. That was a good chance. So... I don't know, there's still some glimpses of quality in this team, here and there. It's not Jeffrey's second goal of the game, sadly. Mazarin, Nazarudin. That's a foul. If I've ever seen any. Give him a yellow. Doesn't get a yellow. So we practice these. It's elbow chuck still though. I think Ankun doesn't know how to take free kicks. Ankun is a 6-point free kick taker. Elbow chuck still is... He at least has a 7. So, this is done by the assistant manager anyway. Yeah, I think he hit one at some point. That's true. Decent passing. Baru. We are in the groove, it says. The result certainly isn't in the groove. This is yet another low-grade header by Elbukchak still. He didn't contribute anything to the game, by the way. So... yeah, I would be very frustrated if I were you too. We'll fire them up. Alright. Shit, shit, shit. This is all not good enough. Now he looks disheartened. Great. Too much pressure on the goalkeeper. That certainly cannot go bad. Disheartened. Maybe this is the time for no pressure. But that disheartened means... why can I not cancel this? Yeah, well, that's appropriate. Also, welcome back to the stream. I did the sticker, by the way, finally. Journal it. It's there now. The one you requested like 2 weeks ago. I hope it works. You will not be knocked out of the cup. You will do really well. This is also fine. This is how I imagined it. Well... yeah! Something like this. This would be okay. What is going on here? I need to make a change. Something. Game's buggy now. Probably not that though. We will increase tempo slightly. We will go slightly higher. Just so there's changes that can be accepted. Not sure what happened there. Yeah, it's me. I tend to have that effect on technique. On IT stuff. I don't know. Nazarudin would have been able to tap that in. So, he was well positioned. If they don't score, we will continue the theme of the B rating immediately afterwards. We don't, so we continue the theme of the B rating. That helps. Pedro Enrique is on the yellow card now. I don't think so. They will tell us some box standard stuff that isn't within their documents. And then they will just tell us that we should call second level and they will answer within a week or two. Might as well put a message in the SI community forum. No. I'm way too lazy to do that. If I did that, they would have fixed some of the bugs. Like 10 seasons ago. It's the crossbar. I think some of the stuff is still in there. That has been in the game forever. Top netting. Subs. Who needs to come on? Who needs to go off? You're a bit early with that, but sure, you're correct. I'll go positive first, though. Alright, so Rosdi is motivated. Also, there's somebody on the yellow card, so that makes sense. He can come on immediately. two guys nervous. That's not great. I do not care about the aggression on summary. Nazarudin's nervous. So we'll bring on this guy. True, true. I'm sure they'll agree. And the 6.1 on Badrul Hisham, this is... If this is an excuse for playing Ishak at some point, it's probably the only one. Yeah, you are correct. Well, we don't need a win. We need a draw. But then again, a win would be great. Fingers crossed. Azamuddin with the free kick now. Ankun. It's offside anyway. Jeffrey's on the yellow now. The quality of chances they get though. Well, there's a lot of passing towards Ankun and then there's nothing. We press really high. What can you... I mean, we can press even higher. But that just congests the space on the defensive side too. And we could get stuck in or something, but we would just give away too many free kicks. How many is it? We had 6 faults so far. So I guess we can go. Yeah, we can do that. 5. 5 and 3 breaks. So we still have 2 substitutes and 2 stoppages now. But the problem is, well, we have another playmaker. But Ankun is not a major concern here. We have another defensive midfielder, but he's nervous. And Zakaria is also captain. Then again, Zakaria matches shit. So I guess that's a thing. In fact, we'll do that. We'll ease the pressure. Doesn't matter to him. Given that he's named Abba, he probably speaks Swedish and not Malay. Is Abba Swedish? I'm too young for this shit. What? What are you doing? Sure, you are slow, but not that slow. Ishak is the one to defend well. What the hell? After that performance, I actually think I might feel inclined to play Ishak next match. True. There we go. That's it, last sub. We had a few of these passes recently, straight back to the keeper. At one point, it even resulted in a goal just on the wrong side. That's a good move by Azamuddin. For his lack of physicals. I guess we take corners, yes. Come on, guys. You can still turn this thing around. Rosti takes the corner. Jeffrey... I mean, he did score his one goal. It's not on him. It's on everyone else. Yes! That's alright. Should have done that 70 minutes ago. Do they still have a substitute? We'll go very attacking anyway. They don't. Of course. It's a counter-attack. Of course. What? You just wanted to try that one, right? I maybe should have given it a wide frame, come to think of it. Or made it wide. Also, sound is way too low. Gotta deal with that at some point. Well, the volume is too low. It does have one. It's a woman saying, "Oh." There's not that many imaginary women in my life that can tell, you know, that can make sounds. So I need to rely on Creative Commons licensed stuff in a sound library online. There's this thing around here that everybody thinks all of the people in my life are imaginary. Because, you know, nerds don't have friends or girlfriends or whatever. So we tend to stick with that. I hate it so much. But the defensive performance was what's most concerning to me. So bad. I'm starting to sound like Trump now. So bad! Probably not. Now I gotta thank Mod Jalil that it's not 1-4 or 1-5 at this point. But 1.55 expected goals against us. That, first of all, this is well within the range of potential outcomes. So it's not like this is... Yeah. I mean... the sticker might be called a snowball, maybe. But it certainly looks like it could be, I don't know, dog shit or something. And that would be appropriate too. It does obscure what we see on the pitch though. Thank you very much for that. So, the expected goal says... You probably have to explain that to the rest of the dummies. Or I do. Let me see if I can try. So, no. And Christoph Daum is known for... At least in Germany. Yeah. So there's that. I didn't know that, no. I didn't know that. Okay, so we will praise them all. You did well. Fuck that, no. This is no good. You were horrible. Everybody was horrible. We lost to Kuching. Okay, we're still in 7th spot, but... might go down a spot or two. It's 23-23 though. Okay. So, training ratings came in. Yeah, that's great, but I don't care. Not really. Bauru suffers defeat as well as all of us, that's true. And I'm pissed. At least at the result. But also at the players. We'll wrap it up here. Easy as that. I wish you all a very good night and we may see each other tomorrow. Actually, most likely. Bye!